Blood on my hands, on the floor, in my mouth. I wasn't in a hospital. I was in my own living room, choking on something I didn't understand. Not until the elder from my village walked in, looked at me, and said five chilling words: "The gods have found you." I should have run. I should have screamed. But all I could do was sit here, trembling, remembering what Mama told me 2 weeks after my wedding. If your wife ever cheats on you, the gods will take your life, even if you are innocent. Back then, I laughed. But now I was dying, and the one person who could save me wasn't my wife. It was my sister, Philomena, the one the family said was the real firstborn. She had a choice: let me die or offer blood to save me. This isn't just a story about betrayal, it's about how tradition doesn't care if you are a man. It's about how love can fail, but blood never forgets. The woman I married, Adobe, used to smile like sunlight. Now her smiles feel like knives. One evening, she threw a bag of groceries at me and said, "Cook it or I'll go out." And you know what that means. From that moment, my home became a prison. She made me wash her underwear, scrub the toilets, and serve her friends tea like a houseboy. And every time I resisted, she whispered, "Remember, the gods are watching." It wasn't love anymore, it was blackmail wrapped in a wedding ring. While I was being broken in silence, my younger sister Philomena was being celebrated. She built her parents a mansion, paid for her school fees, became the star of the family. Me? I was the forgotten one. Even when Papa collapsed, they rushed him to her home. 10 minutes from mine, no one could call me. When I asked why, Mama said, "You? What can you do?" That's when I knew I wasn't just fighting for survival, I was fighting to exist. She came home smiling, homing, cooking for the first time in months. Something was wrong. 3 days later, I was coughing blood. Not flu, not malaria, blood. The hospital ran every test. Nothing. Then an elder came to my household and whispered, "If your wife has strayed, the gods will take what's old." And that would be swore innocence. But my body knew the truth. The cause had awakened. I was fading fast. So I called the only person who ever fought for me, Philomena. She stormed into my house like a lioness and dragged Adobe's outside. "You want to kill my brother? Then kill us both." Adobe fainted. At the hospital, the truth spilled like poison. She had cheated during a retreat with a pastor. She called it spiritual cleansing. But the gods didn't care who the man was. They wanted justice, and it could only come through blood. The elders said, "A life for a life. The corpse must drink blood." A goat wasn't enough. And then Philomena did the unthinkable. She handed over the father of her child, a man she had hidden from us for years, a man who had abused her. She offered him to the gods. The ritual was brutal. The ground shook. And I stopped coughing. But part of her never healed. Adobe disappeared. Philomena lost everything: contracts, respect, money. They said the ritual cost her more than blood. Yet she never complained. One day she looked at me and said, "Maybe I was crowned too early. Maybe you were always the king." I cried because it wasn't my wife's love that saved me. It was my sister's pain. And her crown burned brighter than any man's throne. If you have been blessed by this story, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave your comments.